What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 11 of our Liverpool FC playthrough here in Football Manager 2018, and we are back once more. If you missed last episode, do go check it out. It was a pretty good episode, a longer one at that. And well, today we have another Lycon double header, although I hope to keep this episode just a smidgen shorter. And anyway, as you can see, since the last episode, 2 games we've played, both wins, both 2-0. The first result against Leicester, a good little performance. Moreno sent off in the 80th minute, was a bit of a pain. Danny Sturridge got injured as well, but nevertheless, we grinded out a hard-fought away win. Very good 3 points to get. Leicester going quite strongly in the league. They were in 6th at the time of playing that game. And then, well, following on from that, we took on Crystal Palace, where again, a 2-0 win. Wijnaldum scoring within the first minute really settled the nerves. And from there, we cruised to a relatively comfortable 2-0 win. You can see, looking at the stats, it was dominant in our favour. We got the 2-goal lead within the first 20 minutes, and we kind of just relaxed from there. Anyway, since the last episode, the transfer window has closed. If we just look here at the transfer history, no new deals really. A few players went out on loan. I think I talked about most of these. But yeah, just some younger players desperate for first team football going to be given that opportunity. In terms of other bits of news, we have had our youth recruitment kind of stuff going on. You can see here all the players in green are kind of trialists. I probably should be offering them contracts now I think about it. So these are all the new regens that came in. Brett Gazard, the pick of the bunch, a right back, but you can see here an okay player. I wouldn't say he's that incredible. There were 1 or 2 other players here. Haslam looks like he could be an okay goalkeeper in terms of potential. But yeah, in terms of youth intakes, it wasn't exactly anything special. Certainly nothing to write home about. So, with that in mind, we do, of course, go into today's game against Chelsea. Just to recap the league table and how things are looking there. Of course, we've won our last 2 games. Unfortunately, we do still sit behind Manchester United. We are ahead of Chelsea by 4 points, but of course, we do play them today. And Man City, who we drew against last time out, have had an absolute nightmare. If we look at their schedule here, you can see they really have struggled. They've lost their last 2 Premier League games. They lost in the FA Cup as well against Bournemouth. Really not ideal, I guess, as far as Man City are concerned. They have fallen off the pace, and out of the top 4, they were perhaps the team with the easiest run of games. So in terms of our run of games to the end of the season, just to look at it here, you can see, of course, we are still in the Champions League, where we take on Ludogorets later today. The FA Cup 6th round against Bournemouth is also on the cards. We have Arsenal to play, Tottenham to play, and Manchester United on the last day of the season, which could still be a title-deciding match. In terms of United's run of games, they've not slipped up yet, unfortunately for us, and they've had a tricky game in this run of games recently. You can see they did beat Man City. Also worth noting, they have been knocked out in the Champions League now, so they're not going to have fixture congestion to worry about either. It's kind of a case of what you see is what you get with their fixtures. That said, they've still got Chelsea to play in 3rd, which is never going to be easy. They've got a home game against Arsenal in 5th, and Tottenham, who are still having a pretty poor season, down in 9th. I guess they're going to be looking to try and upset the party as well. Realistically, this could well go down to the last day of the season, but it starts with us needing a good performance today. Just a quick look at our team. I've never this season really talked that much about just the performances as a whole. I feel like when you look at the average ratings here, you really get a feel for how good the team's been. It really has been an impressive first season. In terms of average ratings, De Ligt leads the way. He's only played 4 games, however. Grujic has also played well when we've called upon him. But of our first team regulars, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, a bit of a surprise package. You can see here 11 goals in all competitions. Certainly not been a mainstay in the first team, but when we have called upon him, he's played very well. You can see 15 starts, 12 appearances off the bench. Really has been a fantastic super sub. When we sort by goal scorers here as well, Kasper Dolberg leads the goal scoring charts. A little bit underrated there. He has already improved a lot this season. Stuff like his dribbling, finishing and acceleration, I've all seen notable improvements. And he's looking like a really good player, the 20-year-old. Have always got that lingering worry over the fact he is injury prone, but at least at the moment he's staying fit. And yeah, 14 goals for him, a really impressive haul. But well, when you look at the goal scorers, it's been nicely spread out. You know, Sturridge has chipped in with some goals. Coutinho's got goals, Wijnaldum, Mane, Salah, yeah, everyone's kind of got goals. I don't feel like we're relying on one player. You know, if we were to get a few injuries to key players here, I feel like we'd still have goals in us, which I don't know if it can be said about all the teams around us. Anyway, in terms of our team going into today's game, I think I am actually going to chance Henderson and Coutinho here. In fact, we can definitely chance Henderson. In fact, there's no real chancing about it. I'm going to keep Mane on the bench and actually give Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain the start out on the left-hand side, I think. The rest of the team is fairly standard. A little bit of news. You can see here Matip is out injured, unfortunately. He's had a damaged kneecap, and it has been a fairly long-term injury that we've been missing him for. Emre Can is suspended today, as is Moreno. So there is a little bit of a makeshift feel to the back four. Andrew Robertson comes into the side, a very capable defender, the young Scot, of course signed for Liverpool in real life this summer. Not had that much of a run in the first team in real life, but in Football Manager he is a very solid defender to call upon, certainly. Lovren is also back in the team, playing alongside De Vrij. To be fair to Lovren, 2 Champions League appearances, a 7.5 average rating. He's performed well when we've called upon him. Hopefully he can give the performance that we need today. Elsewhere, Alexander-Arnold is going to start at right back. You can see here Klein is fit to play, but his average ratings have just been very underwhelming, and I think Alexander-Arnold just deserves the nod ahead of him today. And also, we're going to have Joe Gomez on the bench just because he's a better bench option to Nathaniel Klein. Anyway, looking at the rest of the team here, it's going to be Arthur in that deep line playmaker role. Coutinho and Henderson are going to be playing the centre mid positions. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain out on the left. Salah out on the right. Firmino up top. Let's get into this at home against Chelsea. United are actually playing Leicester today, and, well, despite the fact we beat them 2-0, they are not going to be pushovers for Manchester United. Maybe they can do us a favour. Looking at it here, Chelsea actually been very respectful of us, which I kind of like, and I'm wondering now if I should switch the wing-backs to play more attacking, because looking at how Chelsea want to play, they're not going to have too much of a threat on our wing-backs. I'm going to tell the players I expect another win to keep our good performance going. I'm going to just also tell the defenders there's no pressure on them. I want our players to relax going into the game today. And looking at this, we're actually getting some quite good team talks across all the players. I will say, one of my kind of big gripes with FM this year, I say big gripes, it seems like a really small thing, but it's the fact that to give kind of team talks to midfielders, defenders and attackers, it requires 1 or 2 extra clicks on what it used to take, and that's just a little bit annoying, because I feel like this game has advanced in so many ways, but there's just a few little UI quirks, like extra clicks that were never there before, that seem really needless, that have kind of crept in. I'm hoping, obviously, with us still playing on the beta as of recording this, it might be fixed. Anyway, let's see how we do get on today. Chelsea going to be a tricky side. I said I was going to play my wing-backs more attacking. We are going to do that to start things off here. We'll kind of keep an eye on how Chelsea decide to play as the game progresses. As Henderson ricochets off the post. What an effort that was by that man there. I mean, he nearly didn't start today. I nearly accidentally left him on the bench. He has tested the woodwork early on. And, well, more of that, please. Although, if you could hit the target, that would be nice too. Anyway, set piece to deal with here. Morata at the near post. De Vrij, though, nice tackle by him. Clears it up to Salah. Has got the pace to maybe break away here. No one really in support. Going on his lonesome. Option to his right. He doesn't need them. Can he finish it? What a goal that is. I'm stood up out my chair. I've enjoyed that far too much. Mohamed Salah, he scored against his former team at home. 10 minutes gone. We've hit them on the break. He picks up the ball in his own half. He goes out wide. He takes it past one. Dribbles inside. Takes it past another and another. Slots it in at the near post. Courtois going to feel a little disappointed to get beaten there. Goes for the roly-poly celebration as well. I'm loving it. What a start that is to this game. But, well, we need to kind of keep switched on if we can here, because Chelsea, they are on the attack. They are playing this free at the back system, which seems very good in FM this year, so I'm not going to underestimate them or get too carried away. Of course, we need to win today. If we want to be winning the title, we need to be winning today. And of course, this is not the only game today, because we have got the Ludogorets game to play following this one, this episode. So, don't finish watching this match and then think it's all over. It's not. There's that other game, which is going to be a big game for us to do. And, well, Mignolet, what are you doing? I mean, unnecessary slide tackle, De Vrij, from behind, but you've won the ball. I'll allow it, I guess. Now, I have just noticed that the stats in the bottom left of my screen aren't showing the widget. I've had a bug in the beta where the widget doesn't always show, but if I click the button up here, which I'm not even going to put my mouse over this one, the game crashes because the match stats widget should be loaded and the game gets confused and doesn't like it. So with that in mind, I'm not going to be able to show you the match stats between highlights. So we'll have to try and follow them as this game plays out. Anyway, Alexander-Arnold? Earth to Alexander-Arnold? Earth to Alexander-Arnold? Hello? Do you copy? No? Okay. Bye. I don't know what that was. I mean, I don't know what that was. What did he do? The right back. Maybe I should have played Klein. Maybe that would have been better. It's an awful mistake. It's an inexcusable mistake. It looks like a beta match engine quirk. I'm sure some player has done that in real life, but I've certainly never seen a Premier League footballer do what Alexander-Arnold's just done there in real life. If you can find me a real life example of that happening, link me it. Anyway, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I thought he was about to just redeem his fellow Alex, but it's not happened. I've got the corner though. Hendo whips it in, back post Firmino. Can he knock it back in? Arthur's there. Mane's at the edge. Yeah, it's not going to be Mane. It's going to be Oxlade-Chamberlain. It would normally be Mane at the edge. Of course, he's on the bench today, which is, I think, slightly terrifying if you're Chelsea, knowing the fact that you've got players like Mane, Dolberg, and even the likes of Wijnaldum and Seri on the bench. We have a pretty good team in terms of squad depth, I feel, at this point. Injuries not really hit us too hard yet, and yeah, our bench is very strong. We can certainly change a game. Looking at the stats here, you can see Chelsea have had more of the ball, but they've only had that one shot on target, which was an absolute gift to them. You'd have to say, just generally speaking, we've looked like the better team. We've had a few more chances than them in terms of highlights. But, well, going into the dying embers here of the first half, it's going to be all square, it seems. Neither team able to kind of break the deadlock as the game went on after a pretty lively first half. Anyway, Alonso coming on for Alba there. I've noticed that in the beta that teams like to do subs kind of at half-time or just before half-time. I'm going to tell the players that they've been unlucky today. I'm also going to tell the midfielders passionately that they've not been bad, but they can improve, and I've got faith in them. You can see here, looking at the average ratings, it's not been that great so far in terms of defenders, in terms of midfielders. Also, Firmino, 0 overall chances so far this game. That's a concern. And that actually makes me think I might just switch him to advance forward, you know. I want him to drop into the pocket a little bit less. Of course, playing complete forward on attack, he will drop in to try and get involved in play. But I feel like with Chelsea playing 3 men in their defence, just having an advance forward stood in line with them, that's probably the right thing to do. I think the issue that we have with our system is normally the complete forward drops deep, other players make runs on ahead. But the issue we've got here is against a back 2, that's fine because, you know, one of the defenders will follow Firmino and get pulled out of position. But in a back 3, even if one of the Chelsea defenders does follow him as he drops deeper, they are, you know, obviously plentiful in support in terms of there's still 2 more centre-backs who are going to be covering that space in behind. But anyway, Chelsea with the ball here. Hazard gives away the ball, although it is now back with Morata. Coutinho, though, nice tackle. Firmino, as you can see there, just playing on the last man now. It's going to have some nice hold-up play. Goes for an ambitious effort. I mean, it would have been spectacular if it had gone in. Unfortunately, it didn't. And I feel like at this point it might be worth just making some tactical changes. Part of me wants to do something a little crazy and kind of do something like this. Maybe play 2 Carraleros. Is this a bit too mad? To go super attacking? Bring in maybe Mane and Dolberg. I feel like sometimes in life you've got to change things up. And I feel like this is one of those times where we need to take a risk. We're going to play 2 complete forwards either side so they do drop into that space. I want to try and overwhelm the back 3 of Chelsea. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. I also think that we can probably tell Robertson, and Alexander-Arnold to push up a little bit more like this. This could backfire horrifically, but I kind of want to see if we can make it work. Let's not exploit the middle anymore. Let's play a little more direct. Not quite such a high line, not quite so much closing down. But yeah, we're going to try 3 forwards and we're going to try and overload them if we can. I mean, if we now score before the tactical change happens, then I might bottle it and decide that I don't want to make this tactical change anymore. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So, with 25 minutes left in this game, knowing that a draw really isn't enough here, we're going to go more attacking. We're going to stick on 3 strikers. We're going to try and overwhelm Rudiger, Cahill and Christensen. You can see, looking at their average ratings, they're not having the best game. Obviously, the Carraleros, it's a new centre mid role. If you don't know it, they kind of fill the space out wide, which is kind of what we need with this narrower system we're going with. I might also just push Arthur up a little bit now that I think about it. Like this. we might be leaving ourselves a bit too open at the back. I've changed my mind. Right, you guys just drop deeper like that. We're going with the 4-3-3. We want to try and punch a hole in this three-man Chelsea defence. I think that's got to be the goal here. They are still lacking width in the final third in terms of the fact that their fullback Azpilicueta, and I'm not sure who's playing on the left. They are, the primary source of width in their formation. They're playing this really narrow system, Chelsea. So I'm not too worried about our complete wing-backs being caught out of position, but they do need to do their defensive duty. And, well, with 13 minutes left of this game, I kind of feel like we need to have a roll of the dice here. We need to try and get a goal. I feel like with their three at the back, the best option is just to try and mark them man for man and try and match them. And, well, we might have a chance here. It looked offside. I don't think the flag's gone up. Firmino has scored. I don't know why. Was that not offside? Maybe I missed a man playing him on. It looked at first viewing like I thought it was offside. I guess Alonso might have been playing him on as the ball gets played forward here, just because of how deep he is. Where is he? I mean, he is. He's played them all on there, Alonso, from the throw-in. And, well, the three men up front have made a difference. Chelsea have made all their changes as well, so I can't see a system change coming for them. I don't know if I want to change tactics. Okay, they've gone to a very attacking system here. We should probably just think pause. I missed the pause button and we missed a minute. They've switched to a 3-4-3. With that in mind, I'm just going to stick Arthur and Henderson a little bit deeper. And actually, we've just used a Carrilero for the first time. I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll use a Segundo Volante. Let's just go all out with the slightly mad experimentation that we've gone with here. And, well, I was about to say Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's not. It's Alexander-Arnold. It's the two Alexes in the team. It gets confusing, I'm telling you. I don't know why I'm putting you on attack. Full back on defend, please. Just create a nice, solid defence. Nice and compact. Not long left in this game. I probably should have switched the mentality to more defensive. But I think we'll be okay. If the game wants to resume. It does want to resume. There we go. Right, 3 minutes left. If we concede now, it's on me for not going defensive. But looking at it, we're on the attack. We've got the win. The gamble has paid off. Playing a 4-3-3 against their three at the back. Maybe that's the way to beat the three at the back this year, is just to play three strikers and try and overwhelm them. Well done, boys. Great win for us. Now we just have to hope that United bottled it against Leicester. I don't know if they've played yet, actually. We might be able to just continue forward to see that game and the result. I will be honest, my Football Manager seems to be struggling to respond here, so I might save and restart and just skip forward to the Ludogorets game, because, yeah, it's a little bit slow, a little bit worrying. I'm always kind of concerned about the fact the game's on the verge of a crash, especially during the beta, when it stops getting responsive. It seems a little better now, but, yeah, maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. Gazard, this is that youngster. I'm not too fussed about getting him. Of course, this is a shorter term save. I feel like I've said it already. We're only going to be doing maybe 2 seasons here at Liverpool. You can see here, United just won 4-0, so our hopes of Leicester doing us a favour have gone up in smoke. But yeah, you can see here, goal difference is a bit of a factor. But that win against Chelsea does give us some breathing room. We are now 7 points clear of Chelsea. Even if City win their game in hand, we'll be 6 points clear of them. I mean, when you look at the table now with 7 games remaining, a top 2 finish seems assured, which is, well, a really good first season here at Liverpool. Of course, we do want to try and win the league. We're not going to kind of just settle for what we've got, but it's going to be tricky. I am going to save the game, guys, and just sort some stuff out going out into this Ludogorets game. The game's been a bit funny with me. As I mentioned, the match stats not showing in the bottom left is often a sign that the game could crash. I don't want to risk it. We don't want to lose that game. So yeah, I will be back with you guys for that Ludogorets game in just a second. Okay, guys, so we are back here for the second game against Ludogorets. I've just quit the game, restarted. As I said, there's been a few weird crashes I've been having in the match engine with FM18 and a few times where the game's really slowed down for me. I don't know if they're exclusive to me. I mean, generally speaking, the beta's been really good. And to be honest, prior to, obviously, the recording you just saw of the previous game, I hadn't actually turned off the game in about 24 hours. So it's probably my own fault anyway. But anyway, let's get into this game against Ludogorets. Of course, last time we played them in the first leg, we bottled a 3-0 lead and it ended up being 4-3. So there is still a task at hand here. In terms of how I want to approach this game, I do want to rotate the team just a little bit for the sake of fitness. There's a few players who I wouldn't mind just giving a little bit of a rest to. I think additionally, we're going to give Kasper Dolberg the nod to play complete forward for us today. The young Dane has been a fantastic player this season. You can see 3 goals he scored in the Champions League. Let's give him a chance in the knockout round to see what he can do. I mean, realistically here, we should be beating Ludogorets. In terms of the lineup here, you can see it real quick. Emre Can back in the side, and I've also brought back in Klein and Moreno. So, yeah, 3 men changed out in the defence since that last game that you just saw, and also Mane back in the team. So, a little bit of rotation. Obviously, that result against Chelsea was a very good result. However, we do go into this game against Ludogorets, and I feel like this is the kind of game where I should just be super confident that we are going to cruise to victory. But given the fact they did score 3 against us last time we played them, there is this weird uneasiness that I have, this weird fear factor that we could horrifically bottle it. I mean, we should be beating them easily. We could have beaten them by more last time, of course. Firmino did miss a penalty. Looking at their team here, it's a good team, but there's not that many players who kind of stand out necessarily. I'm hoping, really, that we can get a few goals at the start of this first half, and that's just going to settle the nerves. But, well, Ludogorets bringing the ball forward here, playing a very defensive system. You can see lots of men behind the ball. They've got Cicino here on the overlap, crosses it in. I mean, Mignolet's dealt with it. I'm not entirely convinced. I have noticed that in this year's FM, the crosses that sometimes nearly go in have crept back into the match engine. And, well, Mignolet, he's made a save there that's restored my faith in him just a little bit. But, well, so far so good. Of course, even if Ludogorets do get 1 goal due to away goals, we're okay. So, yeah, we are in a good position here, particularly if we score 1 goal. Suddenly, they are going to need 3 goals. And at that point, I want to say it's going to be game over. We did concede 3 goals against them in the second half of the last game we played against them, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But you certainly consider that if we do get the first goal in this game, cruise control can be enabled, and really we should be not bottling this game. But football's a weird sport. Football Manager's a weird game. Anything can happen. Maybe Mane can help us with that weirdness. Dolberg hits it over the crossbar. 2 of the men who, of course, didn't play against Chelsea, linking up nicely. A little bit of a shame to see Dolberg squander that opportunity. It was a very good chance for us. And, well, we could have another chance here. I have just noticed the stats again aren't in the bottom left. I wonder if we can re-add them now. Okay, we should be okay to add them again now. As you can see, the widget's completely reset, which makes me think that that was screwed up previously. But no, we've done okay. In terms of the stats we want to see, I feel like possession is the one that we need at the bottom. But yeah, perfect start for us. Moreno with the assist, Coutinho with the goal. I think the keeper probably should have done a little bit better, but we're not going to complain one little bit. It's a good goal as far as we're concerned. Moreno may have suffered pulled knee ligaments, but should be able to play through it. I mean, that sounds like a fairly serious injury. It's not showing him as having a minor injury, so I guess he hasn't actually pulled them. And I'm just being lied to by my assistant, but yeah, I mean, that sounds serious if you pull your knee ligaments. I'm going to assume it's not, because he's not got an injury icon on his head, and maybe he just isn't injured at all. And, well, we'll continue on. Of course, he's already got an assist this game, Moreno. He's a player who, actually, when we first came to Liverpool, during the first summer transfer window, there was a point where I did look at maybe bringing in a new left-back. I've never really talked about this. I actually, at one point, looked to sign Alexandro from Juventus, but the deal that we had on the table was rejected by him. He didn't want to sign a contract with us at all or even engage in talks. But really, since we've stuck with Moreno, I've not really felt a need to get in a left-back. He has just got another assist as well, as I ramble away. Salah this time with the goal. And, yeah, he has been a surprise package. A player who, he's a good player in FM. He's been a good player in the last few Football Managers, Moreno. But he's really been putting in the performances as well to go with his kind of attributes. He has, of course, signed a new deal fairly recently. And, well, PSG are interested. I don't know how much I'd charge for them to have him, but it would be a fair bit. And, well, for a second, I was about to say for a second, it looked like he might get a hat-trick of assists. We have now actually got a penalty. Kasper Dolberg's going to take it. Firmino had a penalty last time against Ludogorets. Again, we were winning 2-0 in that game when the penalty was missed. Can we score this time? Can we change fates compared to the last time we played them? No. Well, if the game now finishes 4-3, there's going to be a weird sense of deja vu. I'm already getting it. We've just missed a penalty whilst 2-0 up within the first half an hour. I'm pretty sure that's almost the exact same minute as last episode as well. But, well, Salah has scored. I mean, there we go. Nerves have gone. Kasper Dolberg with the assist. I want to say he makes up for his miss earlier. Not really. I don't think that makes up for it, in all honesty. It was a nice ball, to be fair. Salah, interesting defending by two of the Ludogorets defenders. Salah left in acres of space, slots it away, makes it 7-3 on aggregate. And well, if Ludogorets want to take this to extra time, they need 4 goals, which is a bit of a tall ask. And well, for a second I thought Dolberg was going to... He's missed 2 chances now. 3 clear-cut chances so far this game for us. And, well, we've missed the penalty. We've missed that clear-cut chance there. This could and probably should be a few more. This is the kind of performance that we put in last time, though, and I don't want to get too complacent. It's the kind of performance where we should be winning this game now comfortably, but I can't afford to underestimate Ludogorets, not after the last game where they shaved a few hours, if not days, off my actual lifespan with the stress they put on us. I'm going to tell the players I'm very pleased with the performance. I did think about telling them I wasn't happy, but we've been doing pretty good with our team talks so far in FM18. I feel like the players, generally speaking, have responded fairly well to the team talks. I've certainly not had many where I really pissed them off. No point in starting now. At least, I don't think there's a point in starting now. 3-0 up. This should be comfortable. I think I am going to take off Coutinho just to protect him. He has had a few injuries this year. I'd like to keep him at full fitness while bringing Wijnaldum there. Just to kind of get some fresh legs in the middle of the park. I did notice that of all our starting players, he is the player with one of the lowest conditions. Coutinho just dropped below 80 now. Henderson also looking a little bit worse for wear. Is already on a yellow card. We'll take him off for Arthur. Just again to protect him, make sure he doesn't get injuries. He is a key player in the way that we play Jordan Henderson. And additionally, obviously, we don't need any needless sendings off at this point. We want to keep players suspension free if we can going into the knockout stages of the Champions League. Moreno has picked up a bucket. It's only his 3rd of the season, which is relatively low, I guess, for a fullback. And actually, this game has turned into a bit of a feisty affair when it comes to the yellow cards. There's been a fair few of them. Can Moreno do his defending duty? Can he put in a tackle? He can't. The ball goes inside. Emre Can, though, reading the play nicely there. Certainly not a natural centre-back, Emre Can, but he's such a good ball-playing defender. Not really been a mainstay of the first team as a regular this year, which might be a little bit of a surprise. In Football Manager, Emre Can is, I want to say he's a little overrated. I feel like for Liverpool in real life, he's very hit and miss. Whether or not that's replicated in FM, I guess it's hard to tell. Dolberg, finally he scores. Mane with the assist. It's 4-0. That's game over now. We can party. Ludogorets can need 5. That's not happening. So, someone get the party poppers out. Someone get... what else do you do at parties? Let's not do musical chairs. We don't want any more injuries. But, well, Mane here. Nice play, nice run. Pulls it back. Dolberg, really nice finish, to be fair. Into that top corner. Adds to his goals tally for the season. That's his 15th. Now, I believe that does make him outright our top goal scorer this season. So, that's pretty good for him. Unless, did Firmino score against Chelsea? I can't even remember. It feels like a lifetime ago, that game. This has been a long episode once more. I wanted to keep it short. I wanted to keep it snappy. We've failed at that. Dolberg whips it in. Salah almost got his head on it. Can we now stop the counter-attack? I mean, a clean sheet would be nice, you know. De Vrij, big ball up to Mane. Pacing behind. Dolberg could be on. Mane decides he doesn't need him. Perhaps should have passed it on second viewing. And, well, it could be 5. It could be significantly more in this game. We have shown Ludogorets really... The team that we are. I feel like the second half of the game away from home against them was a little bit of an outlier, I guess, in the way that we've been playing. I feel like they did get a little bit fortuitous to score the 3 goals that they did. And in this match, we've kind of just put the record straight. Wijnaldum is going to make it 5 now. It's been very comfortable. 9-3 on aggregate. The goals are flying in. The fans are getting entertainment, certainly, here at Liverpool. Seri with the ball whipped in. Knocked on by Dolberg. Wijnaldum hits it on the volley. And, wow, lovely goal there. And that's probably going to cap off what's been a very good performance. Unless we can get another late goal. Why not? Why not dare to dream of another? Moreno, Arthur to Dolberg. Options are in the middle. Back post. Can't quite pick out Salah, although Klein's there. I mean, we want 6. I don't think we're going to get 6, unfortunately. Ludogorets do clear it. Emre Can, though, puts it back in the mixer. Unfortunately, Klein can't do a whole lot with it. And I think that is going to be full-time. 5-0 here. What an emphatic performance that was. Very nice episode in terms of results. 2 wins, a very convincing result here as well, which is great to see. A great win, boys. Well done. The Champions League draw I don't think is too far away, so we might just go forward to that quickly. Salah did pick up man of the match. The Champions League quarter-final draw is on the Friday. We do have Bournemouth in the FA Cup. I think given how we're going in the Champions League and given the fact it's Bournemouth, I'm not going to live-com that 6th round game. It is going to be a focus of me that we do well in the FA Cup this year. It's a trophy that I enjoy winning in FM. I'm certainly one of those managers who likes to, compete in everything. I'm certainly not a Wenger where I like to play my second string team in the latter stages of tournaments and, even in the earlier stages. I say this, we got knocked out in the Capital One Cup, or the Carabao Cup as it's now called, early on because I didn't take it that seriously. But no, the FA Cup's different. The FA Cup's a special trophy in the hearts of England fans. And, we want to get to this quarter-final draw. We want to see who we're playing. If we just look quickly at the board happiness, a screen that I've not shown a lot yet, you can see here everything is going really well. If we look at competition performances particularly, you can see the Champions League aim was to reach the quarter-final this year, which we've now done. So that is good. Anything beyond here is kind of beyond the board's expectations. I feel like, I guess, how much confidence I have very much boils down to who we come up against. As you can see here, we've got Bayern Munich. Excellent. Looking at the other quarter-final draws, Atletico Madrid v Chelsea, Dortmund v Real Madrid, Napoli versus PSG. In reality, there was no such thing as an easy draw going into this. Did I miss the draw news item? I did. I'm a noob. I apologise if you were looking forward to the draw and me sticking on the Champions League theme music. So yes, I think we'll be back next time for the Bayern Munich double header. I know we've got Arsenal to play, but we've been doing quite a lot of episodes already this season, and the Champions League is going to be a focus for us. It's not going to be an easy game. Hopefully I do see you guys for it. If you've enjoyed this episode, as always, please do leave a like on the video. I will see you guys next time. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.